If you can find any secluded cuts, this one's all right. It's still a little bit on the bigger side, but maybe getting up in like into this section here, you can get on this edge. This is a really, really old clear cut where most of it's all grown up, but you can get on these edges where they're going to start feeding down into this open stuff. It's the same type of deal. How many days are you going for?
I'll be down there for 8 days.
Nice. So you got some time. You taking a saddle, you taking a hang-on, climber?
I mostly use a climber, but I have some hang-ons that I'll bring too.
What I would do for maybe like the first 2 days is be real mobile. Map out where you think that these points are going to be. Get in there and basically do an observation sit. Check it out. See what kind of deer movement you got. If it shows to be promising, go in and maybe go in a little tighter and set up on a bed that's like this point. Or go in the middle of the day, throw a hang on and hunt a different point and give that set a day or two to rest.
Okay.
These bowls, it's almost the exact same thing that Brian had mentioned. These bowls are excellent places to hunt too. Where my cursor is going to be your point for your bed, right? Now, Brian had mentioned about getting on the same level as the elk, then you don't have to worry about the thermals. They're going to be parallel to you. You set up somewhere in here, you got another little saddle, you could potentially catch deer coming out over, feeding down, and if deer come out this way and go down, you're in the money. So here's a potential bedding location, right? And then this is going to be a feed zone. When is a buck bedding there? And what wind directions? Can you see that? Do you need me to zoom in?
A little bit. Honestly, I'm not sure. I guess if it were like a northeast wind, would that be where they'd be bedding? They'd be facing northeast, or they'd be facing.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit it right on, a northeast or a north wind. So basically you want to think of like that U shape at their back where that's going to be the wind direction facing where it's going. So with a northeast wind coming this way, he can watch this entire flat up here and be safe. A north wind, he's still relatively safe. He could smell anything behind him coming from this direction, and then the thermals are going to be pushing up the hill this direction. Really, the only thing that makes him somewhat vulnerable is a northwest wind or anything coming from the south. So you can only hunt this stand. I shouldn't say you can only hunt it. It's your higher probability of killing this buck is going to be with a northwest wind. And again, it's going to be an evening sit where you're getting somewhere down into here, waiting for those thermals to drop, getting between him and the food. That's pretty much the key to early season success, is getting on a bed and getting between that bed and food. That first like staging food, not the food that they're coming to at 10 o'clock at night. Do you kind of see the formula like that we're like painting as far as how to find a bed based on like a topo map or an aerial?
Yeah.
And then how to predict that deer using that bed?
Yeah, I definitely have a better understanding of it. Like I said, being from Central Michigan, there's no hills here, so this is all new.
Yeah, right. Basically the thing to really unlock the door is getting boots on the ground, especially in the off season. Wayne does a lot of shed hunting. I do a lot of shed hunting. Brian's in the woods constantly. If you can go and point out these sections on a map and you go in March or February and you literally walk up to a section that you feel like there's going to be a bed there and you see freaking 2 sheds laying right there, that's when you're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle, and you can literally just go through anywhere on a map and be like, all right, there's going to be a slop. This is primary bedding. This is secondary bedding. There might be like a yearling bedded over here. You'll be able to get to that point.
Right. Yeah. You start finding those, you kind of, you're in the right spot.
I mean, for some reason, it's just because, I assume it's because of the pressure and the survivability. Almost all of them, 3.5, 4.5 and up, bed in the exact same shit.